Welcome you guys to the self-nominated podcast, whatever we want to call it. Yo, we're back. Me and my cousin Kyle in full effect.
What's up, y'all?
What's good.
What's going on? Yeah, welcome back. Today we have a guest, actually. This is Jose Stennett. He's actually a really good friend of mine. We've been friends for about 7 years now. We actually met through work. We were both working at a IT startup together. He continued to be a really good friend of mine, since we stopped working there. He was at my wedding. I know his kids. We play basketball together. So he's pretty much family at this point. So I wanted to get him on the show and just tell his story about, where he's been and where he's headed in terms of, starting his own business and getting that together. So without further ado, we'll get into our conversation with him here. So what's up, Jose? How you doing?
Hey, brother Kyle, blessed. Too blessed to be stressed, brother.
Nice. So just to get into it, just tell us a little bit about yourself and, where you come from. Tell us, who Jose is.
Man, Jose, just an average, person out here, just a father of two, a family man, working hard out here, trying to navigate through this life, trying to figure things out as I go, trying to learn as much as I can and just be humble, and just do the best I can for myself and my family. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Yeah. I've been in the Bay Area for about 17 years now. And you and we met about 7 years ago, I think, at a startup company.
A long time ago now.
A long time ago. And we've always had these deep conversations in the office. It's funny that now here we are,
I know, it's pretty ironic.
Yeah, right. We would talk about all type of things in life, and we just got really, really close. And I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me come on your podcast. And it's great to meet brother Aaron as well, your cousin. I've heard a lot of great things about you as well. And that's where I'm at right now.
I'm excited to finally meet you. I've heard so much about the man, the myth, the legend, Jose.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, brother. I've heard a lot of great things. Kyle is like, he's beyond a brother. He is family to me. We just clicked from the first interview we had. I think it was Pete's, right?
I think so. Yeah, I actually interviewed him, like his first interview at the company.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've learned so much from him. Kyle is one of the most disciplined human beings I've ever known. He's 10 years younger than me, and I look up to him. I learned so much from him. I'm not ashamed to say it. The brother's got his stuff together. I'm really proud of all the things he's doing, and I'm following the winner.
I appreciate that, man. So cool. Just to get into it a little bit more, why don't you tell us about what led you into the business of financial services, and how do you see yourself, yourself within this? Yeah. Go ahead, Aaron.
No, I was just gonna say, I'm very curious what resonated with him. So I mean, because well, I don't want to talk too much, but take it away, please, Jose.
Oh, no worries, bro. Like I said, I work with Kyle. I'm very impressed with him as how he works. Kyle calculates everything he does. When Kyle says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And he's just a very successful young man, and when Kyle actually told me about the business he was starting, I didn't really need him to explain a lot to me, because being who he is, I said, Kyle, whatever you got to say, I'm there. I'm going to at least listen and give it a shot. He's the winner. You know what I'm saying? I work hard. I'm a very hardworking man. I've got, I work in the tech industry, I'm, supporting my family, and I work a lot. And one thing that I want is more time, with my family, with my kids, because the time goes by so fast. And so when Kyle gave me this opportunity, gave me information, I really saw this as a way out, a way for me to get some time, for me to free myself. So that's really what motivated me to really want to get into this. It's an opportunity. It's a great opportunity. And not only is it an opportunity, but it's teaching me about the money game. It's really not that difficult, but this has been such a secret, from us. My father never knew about these types of things. It's not his fault. He came to
Right.
the United States as an immigrant with a whole nother goal in mind. And you know, he worked multiple jobs to support us, you know, my brother, myself, and his family. And this is just something we never spoke about. But now that I was blessed with this opportunity, this information, because knowledge is power, I want to be able to give this to my kids and also help give this to our community, you know, give this to our, you know, people who just kind of been out of this information.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of us can relate to that. And as far as, you know, different ways that we grew up, you know, I didn't grow up learning about this stuff either, and neither did Aaron. So when we were
Right.
presented with this information and presented with the idea that we could start our own business, our own financial firms for, you know, minimal amounts of money without taking loans out from the bank or having to do these, you know, backdoor business deals, things like that. Like we were shocked. Like you can do this with less than $200 and a license. And you start helping people and families right away and be mentored by senior brokers and other professionals that have done this for 10, 20, 30 years. So it's definitely something that we should be bringing to our communities, like you were saying.
It's weird too, man. I mean, it's like for me, you know, I grew up in the dark with all this stuff unnecessarily because it's like my father, you know, I went to Michigan State, but my father taught at U of M, University of Michigan, in the business school. I think it's called the Ross School of Business, and I didn't go there, so that's why I'm shaky on the name. But nonetheless, he taught there for years, was tenured, and you would think from a person in the business school, at least I would think that I would have a head start in the knowledge of this kind of stuff in and of itself. But I think I grew up in a time period, and you know, we're around the same age. Probably you and me, Jose, are probably a little closer in age, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. But in any case, I think we grew up in a time where it was like maybe, or at least in my family, you don't ask your parents about finances. You know, that's what it was. I think I remember asking the first time I had tried to have a conversation with my parents about something was when I was realizing, I asked them, I said, how much was this house? Because the idea of how much people spend on a house, I was trying to figure out, how does one have that kind of money? I didn't understand that there's a mortgage and what does that mean and how many years. And my mom and dad's response was something like, you know, we don't talk about that kind of stuff. You don't ask your parents about money. About that. You know, that was what was told to me. And from that moment on, I figured, okay, you know, they bring home the bacon and I eat it.
Yeah.
You know, that's about it. That was about it. You know,
but that's great. But if you think about that, like that's crazy to think about that now. You know what I'm saying? With all the information out there and all these people making money, all these different types of ways, like we should be comfortable talking about money, at least within our households or with professionals, you know, that look and sound like us or that have grown up in similar circumstances. I mean, I've heard people, you know, that look like us is just growing up, just, you know, friends of family, things like that. You always hear that kind of stuff, you know, oh, don't talk about money. Don't ever talk about your money around people. You always hear that. I heard that a lot growing up, just from older folks and things like that. But time to shift that conversation, because there's a lot of knowledge that is not being shared amongst, you know, amongst all of us, really.
Absolutely. You know what, Brother Kyle and Brother Aaron, where I grew up, I grew up watching a lot of brothers conducting illegal businesses. So you know, a lot of them brothers were very business minded, you know, just doing it, you know, the wrong way, you know, conducting business. So, you know, I don't know. Obviously, they weren't aware of these types of opportunities, you know, and these are just things that in our community just weren't, you know, a regular thing. We've just been in the dark. And now with the technology age and with so much information you can get on the internet, I mean, you can educate yourself. You know, you don't have to be in the dark anymore. All it takes is for one individual, for example, like Kyle, to turn on the light for a guy like me. Just turn on the light and just let me see. Like, what? You know, I've been standing in the dark the whole time, and this opportunity's been there. This opportunity been there. This opportunity been there. That's basically where we are. You know, there's so many opportunities out here, and we just been in the dark. And what we would love to do is be able to provide a platform, brother, you know, where we can turn the light on for other people, because this is really not that difficult. It's really not. And I feel kind of embarrassed to say this, but since I've started in the business, I hadn't been able to dedicate as much time as I have wanted to. Because Kyle, when we talk, bro, we go on for hours just talking while I'm at work. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so excited about it. But then when I get back wrapped up in my life, you know, with family, my schedule, you know, I don't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so it's gonna take a lot of effort for me to really get this thing moving. And what I'm gonna start doing from today, I'm just gonna start getting with you a lot more, meet with you at the minimum once a week. Just make sure we stay plugged in.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Because you're going to the top. You're going to the
Trying.
top.
I'm trying.
You're not trying. You want to get there. I mean, you're a winner. You know what I'm saying? And I want to go there with you, man. I want to do everything, all the things that you're doing, all the steps. Because when Kyle says he's going to do something, Kyle does it. Kyle was talking about a podcast. Kyle's doing it. You know, you just get things done, brother.
No, I appreciate it, man. But that's all this is really about. You know, just sharing the information with people and letting them know you can work for yourself. You can do it without breaking the bank, without taking, you know, a major hit to your bank account, without putting your family at financial risk or anything like that. Like, this is something you can do if you want to have your own business, if you've never had the idea before, and if you want to, you know, get into financial services. So, I mean, it's a good opportunity for everybody, I think, but especially, you know, for the right person that has the ideas in their mind that they want to be successful, and at the same time it's guilt-free. You're helping others. You're literally helping others by, you know, putting plans together to either protect them or give them areas to grow their finances, other than, you know, the stock market and things like that. Just alternatives where they don't have to risk loss, or, you know, they don't have to risk paying a bunch of money in taxes and things like that. So
exactly. And you're with, I'm sorry, bro. And you're also with a family, and I saw a family of people that are so happy to help you. You know, they're so happy to see you successful. You know, they really, and you can feel that. You know, you really do feel that vibe. You really do feel that energy. You know, my motivation for me is to get that time. You know, because
absolutely.
I want that time. You know, I want that time, that family time, you know, where I can have my own business and control my time. And I mean, listen, regardless of what kind of job you do, the best job in the world pay you, you know, X amount. You know, who would choose work over doing what the heck you want to do? I want my freedom. I want my time. Time is what motivated me. But at the same time, it's exciting having this information and knowing that I'm going to help somebody. I mean, you first of all have to be the type of person that loves to help people, you know, and I don't know a whole lot about business at the moment. Right now, I'm learning as I go. I'm learning a lot, but I'm really comfortable just, you know, with what I know, which is little right now. But I'll come on here again on the podcast, and you'll see my progress. We'll be able to share my progress with the folks watching and stuff like that. And we're just regular guys, man, you know, make it happen with big dreams.
You're gonna be a testament to what this can do for people, because you can make, you know, X amount of dollars, like you were saying. You can make your salary for the year at, you know, one of your jobs, in a month doing this, while only doing it like a few hours a week. You can do 3-4 hours a week just meeting with people. Nobody's telling you when you'll go to a meeting. You're not wasting 3-4 hours of your day in a staff meeting, not doing anything.
That's right.
All of your time that you're dedicating is with helping others, which takes 45 minutes to an hour, you know, to get the ball rolling, and you know, sign them up for whatever they want to be signed up for. All of their money is 100% invested into whatever they want, and no fees, agent fees, hidden fees, brokerage fees. There's none of that kind of stuff going on. That's why I like the firms that we're associated with, and how you're able to run your own as like a subsidiary, so to speak.
That's right. And what I need to start doing, brother, is I need to start working for myself. So what I've got to do is I've got to force and make sure that I enforce a chunk of time where I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for my family. I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to work for myself. Just work for myself for that hour, that 2 hours, a day, but then make sure I do that consistently. Because when you caught up in this cycle of this system of just working for someone else, just working, you just don't have the energy to focus on your business. You just don't have the energy for it. And that's where I find myself just tired, mentally exhausted.
Yeah. Well, especially in the beginning, you definitely have to make yourself do it. I mean, I've had to do that myself after the first, 2-3 months or so. Like, even if I'm tired or no matter what I'm doing, I got to make myself do it. Like you said, even if it's just an hour or two a day, a few hours on Saturdays, like whatever. That's what the weekends are for.
You put in all that effort for your employer.
Right.
Put in all that effort for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about it that way, it's like, damn, I'm ashamed of myself 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
For not.
But you had to do that back then in order to light the fire for yourself today. You know what I'm saying? You had to do that back then. You had to say, man, are you serious? Why did I do? But that's why you had the motivation now.
Right. And the only thing is, you're able to give yourself a raise, basically. You help X amount of people. The brokerage firm will say, oh, here's 20% more that you're going to make on your next deals because you've helped this amount of people, as just a bonus. Like we said, none of this money is coming from clients or anything like that. Their money's 100% invested, protected, no risk of loss, anything like that with the type of things we set up. So it's just a bonus to be able to get paid for actually helping people, like without any strings attached, pretty much.
It's a no-brainer for me. Like I said, I just got my plan set up, and I feel great knowing that I've got something for my sons. Should God forbid something happen. So one time my wife asked me, why don't you get a life insurance? And I said something really dumb. Then I didn't think it was dumb, but right now I think it's dumb. I said, well, I don't plan on dying no time soon. Like, who the hell plans on dying?
But a lot of people say that.
I was one of them. Yeah. And again, I was in the dark. My whole mindset was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to invest and put away for just in case. What if something did happen to me back then? What would my young have?
I've heard that before. One of the first, people I told about this was the same exact response. So it was very common. Like, I'm not going to die anytime soon, maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years or whatnot. But what gets lost in that is it's more expensive, the older you are. And the younger that you start, that's more money that can grow for you. And a lot of people don't know you can use the money. See, a lot of life insurance plans, and the way, we grew up and the generations before us grew up, it's like, you die, somebody gets the money. That's it. Now, right now it's like, put money away for it, but you can use the money tax-free, even if you're not dead, obviously. And you can use the money to buy a house, buy a car, put a child through college, whatever you want to use the money for, no questions asked, tax-free. That has been building in compound interest in that life insurance policy. So the way those policies work, life insurance just means the IRS can't tax you on it because it's a life insurance policy, and it's considered an estate, right? You open a life insurance policy, it's an estate. It's not you, it's an estate. So that makes it, you're able to, take it out tax-free and, do other things with it that you wouldn't be able to do with a normal bank account. But it's just a bonus because you're protected as well. You're still protected under that, and your family still gets all the money if something did happen to you. So it doesn't change in that aspect. But it's just real interesting what you can do with these things, which is why we're doing it. It's one of the main things that we help people with. Which kind of brings me to my next question. I know you wanted to go into business for yourself and you're a very forward thinker, but being in the financial business in your mind, how do you feel like it's going to help your children?
Oh God, most definitely not, freedom. I tell my oldest son, he's 5 years old. He probably doesn't know what I mean right now. I tell him, I want you to be your own man. I want you to be your own man. I may or may not be able to show him how to do it. That I'm trying to right now, but I'm planting that seed in his head. He's always going to grow up. He's going to say, my dad said, be your own man, be your own man, be your own man. And one day it's going to click. And he's going to be motivated to want to accomplish the things that I want him to accomplish. He's gonna have goals for himself as well. But I want to plant that seed in him to be his own man. I'm not trying to set my sons down this path where we send all our kids, to high school, go to college to get a degree, to go work for someone else. Go get a college degree to get a good job working for someone else. I don't like that idea. You know what I'm saying? Some of the world's richest people don't have college degrees. I mean, where they've freed themselves is knowing how to work for themselves and learning how to make money, create money. And that's what I want. That's what I want this to do. I want to teach Ayan and Zane, hey, you can invest money, you can make money, you can learn money from your father, from my friends, from people in my inner circle. And that's why I love building this network, because when my sons are around, when they're a little older, Kyle, we can have these conversations, right? We can have these conversations, Brother Aaron. We can talk and let them listen and learn so they can soak this in,
That's
so
what
this
it's
is
about.
That's what it's all about. So you're building the next generation. You start the next generation, where they're working for themselves. They're creating their own money. And they start this cycle of helping other people, helping their peers,
Yeah.
So that's my motivation.
Yeah.
All right, Jose. And where do you see yourself in 5-10 years, doing your own business and being involved in these, financial services and in an advisory role to help families and things like that? But where do you want to be in the next 5-10 years with doing something like this?
Most definitely independent, of work, of a job, having a team of people who I've taught, who I've trained, who I've also turned the light on for. Just basically where you and I have talked about all the time. Have that big old stack of phone, that we had.
Yeah.
But just free. Just free. Definitely edit this part out for sure.
You're good, man. You're good. It's like my whole career, pretty much my whole adult career, rather. My first job. My first job was a freelance job as well. I used to tape the sports in my high school. They hired me gave me a video camera, old VHS video camera, and had me tape the basketball games and stuff. Because I was on the JV team. This ain't that relevant, but I was on the JV team, and so I'd be at the game anyway. You record the varsity game with and I was trusted for that. But after that, I was working at like Burger King and then maybe another few restaurants as cooks and stuff. But then after college, my whole adult career, I've pretty much been a 1099, cameraman, photographer, all that kind of stuff. And so I was walking around in the dark myself on like these types of things. One of the studios I worked for, they made some concessions and helped me start a 401k, but that was in New York. And once I came to LA, moved, I didn't know what to do. I just cashed out and, spent up the money, because just didn't know what to do. And it's a shame because really everybody owes it to themselves to be financially literate. I mean, like learning this information that we've been learning, studying, preparing for this industry. I don't want to downplay its. I don't want to make it seem like it's a breeze, like reading a Dr. Seuss book. But anybody, I'd say the average person can comprehend it. Now, whether you have the ability to stick with it, persevere, and get through it, that's a whole nother thing, perhaps. But the fact of the matter is, once you have this license and you are, I'm just kind of going with where you were at, Jose, with the independence and the freedom. The fact of the matter is, once you have this license, you really can't, they can't take it from you. I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's a whole nother level of freedom and independence. And it's amazing that really you could get your license in as little as 2 or 3 weeks. And there have been some people that have done it even quicker than that. If you really, maybe that's lightning in a bottle. Again, I don't want to downplay the difficulty, right. but certainly I'm fully expecting a certificate of achievement of being taking the longest amount of time to get my license when it happens. But the fact of the matter is, in this career, you can make money like doctors and lawyers and dentists. And I just don't know where else that opportunity lies in as little as, let's just say a couple months or less.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And all those jobs you said that you were doing, a lot of times, and Kyle, we've said this before at work, when we work together, you just get sick. You just get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You have to do those jobs. You know what I'm saying? You have to be sick and tired, because where do you get the fire from? Where do you get the motivation from? Where?
Well, especially if you didn't grow up knowing these types of things, or if you didn't grow up with a business owner in the household, you would never know this. You know what I'm saying? Even with going to school and things like that, that's nothing compared to hands-on experience or being next to somebody that actually owns a business. That's a whole completely different story, in my opinion.
I've always thought there was a better way. I always knew in my heart, even though I didn't talk about it, that there was a better way. No matter, I'm happy with what I do. I love my career, I love my work, I love the people I work with, I love the environment, I love what I do. But I know there's a better way. I know there's a better way, and when I was literally praying a week before you even told me about this opportunity, and when you told me about it, I knew this was the answer I've been looking for. And now that I have the opportunity, I need to make sure that I work for it, because nothing in life is free, Kyle. I always tell you that all the time. Yeah. You're not going to pay with money, but you have to work. You got to work for it. You got to put time in for it. You got to grind for it,
My thing is, wouldn't you want to do that for yourself rather than someone else that controls your time, controls your raise? You could work as hard as you want, make a few $1 million yourself for a company, and we'll take you from 60K to 65K. Great job. Like, what? Well, somebody else made like a couple mil, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
The work you did or off of something you did.
Right.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm like, I'm done with all that. That's happened to me before. So, obviously.
And Kyle's going to be that guy. You're the one who's going to be making millions. You're that guy. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I want is, you're going to be doing all that, which I do want you to do, but I don't want to be left behind.
No,
really.
Man.
I really don't want to be left behind. You know what I'm saying? I want to come with you, man, on this journey, on this ride, and you're taking all the steps, bro. You're doing it, man. You're going to be very, very successful. And basically, in this business of success, it's really a copycat game, right? All you have to do is literally, do the steps that someone else has done before you. I mean, people here willing to teach you, willing to train us. You know what I'm saying? I can pick up the phone and call you, brother, and have a conversation. You're not going to withhold any information from me.
No,
you help me be successful. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the beautiful part about this. you know, and that's what we want. This is what this platform is about. And like I said, I want to come back again, and I could talk about my progress. You know, I'll have more like information, you know, for the people who are listening that can actually help them, you know, and we could just build on this, man. Just build on this, and that's
that's what we're doing. That was the whole purpose of this platform, not only to talk about the industry, you know, that the three of us are in, but to also invite people on that might be in a different industry, but that apply the same principles, that are able to start businesses without a lot of money, and that are able to teach people to do it, whether they're a C-level employee already or they're at an entry-level job. Like, the money shouldn't matter, or it doesn't matter when you're in certain industries. You could start with nothing and make something of yourself within 2 to 3 months, like we're saying. You just take the right steps, apply yourself, study information, and in some cases, like in our case, just pass an exam with the minimal score. Like, if you can get a C or a D on a high school test, then you could pass this type of stuff with a little bit of reading.
Exactly.
In California, you know, different states have. I think New York is like you need a 80%, you know, but in California, you get you a good solid D minus.
Good solid D minus. I can get a D minus. But you know what, bro? Just again on that question you asked me before about the motivation, it's my sons. Be able to give this to them, you know, be able to just plant that seed that they can be independent. You know, they can be financially independent. They can be free. You know, and they can also do a lot of good by connecting with other people and helping other people. I mean, this is what makes the society better. You know, as opposed to everybody going their own way doing this job. Because no, you know, money don't buy happiness. It's that time. It's that time.
I agree. It's just the time. That's what was enticing to me. I know how to work, and I know what hard work is and things like that. But when it was presented to me, that was the most enticing aspect, was the time. Like, oh, I could make what I make, you know, in a month or a year, whatever salary. I can make those types of numbers in a month. You can make a year salary in a month, or, you know, a bi-weekly check in a day. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Stuff you could do.
I used to sit in the office and watch you focus in that office, you know what I'm saying, and with your work. And it's just like you had this look, this focus, man. You're just giving your employer everything. And I'm so happy to see you take that look in your eye and that focus and do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No, I appreciate it, man.
I'm really happy. And like I said, I'm right behind you. I'm right there. Believe it. I'm gonna force myself to work for myself. You know what I'm saying? Every day I'm gonna put that time in it. And it's on the podcast. So it's recorded. All right.
Absolutely.
So that I planned on saying it here so that I can.
Well, these are the types of stories that we're trying to get out there and share, you know, across anybody that comes across our, you know, our site and what we're doing. So we invite people to come and share their stories and how they've gotten started working for themselves, especially if the light bulb just went off, like especially during the pandemic and things like that. There's a lot of creative people that were born in the pandemic through necessity that are making, you know, legit money, and that are naturally helping people or contributing something to society. You know, good people with good hearts, and that are making, you know, serious money by doing the right thing for other people in certain industries. So we're just here to share our little pieces in hopes of, you know, inspiring or helping others. So definitely appreciate you being on here, and definitely want to check back in with you, you know, once you got everything up and fully running. But yeah, Aaron, you want to add anything? Anything else you want to ask our guest of the night?
I'm just glad to meet Jose, man. You know, I mean, look, believe it or not, I don't know if Kyle tells you, but I've been checking in on you and asking about you here and there. And I'm just glad to hear you got that zeal and that fervor. I mean, I hear it. I recognize it because I see that in my own self. You know, and I've struggled with Kyle, no, I've been struggling in and out, you know. to get through it, but it's a battle of perseverance, and making the time when you've got a lot of things in the way, distractions. It is just like, bootstrapping and making it happen, So I'm
Exactly.
encouraged just by how you sound.
I thank you, my brother. I'm really glad, and I'm honored to be here to speak with you guys. And hey, you know what? I think this is the beginning of a very strong connection. So we've just pulled each other, man. Nobody gets to the top of the mountain by themselves. Somebody's got to be up there already to give you a hand, but you got to do your part. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the three of us are going to do, man. For sure, we're going to get
I
that.
want to see you guys with your own firms. I'm up and running, but I'm looking for your firm.
It's coming. Jose's firm is coming.
But
Right.
this is what we're doing. This is what we've set out to do. Especially with people that have that drive, that want to work for themselves and might not have the full direction yet. And you don't even have to have experience with this, but if you're willing to learn and put in a little time, you can have your own business just like that. Even if it's something that is not your dream job, but at least you're working for yourself and you can make the type of money that Aaron was talking about to transfer that into your dream job. So I think it's a win-win for people that want to get into it. No, go ahead, Aaron.
Let me just add, the biggest mistake you can make with this is to ignore the fact that you really owe it to yourself to be financially literate, and to think that, because from the outside, I didn't think this would interest me. From the outside, I said, man, what? This isn't something that, it's just, I'm a creative guy. This is so far from anything I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the biggest mistake you could make, is to just blow this off and think it's not worth your time. It's not worth at least looking into. Or, I kind of struggled with, this sounds like sales. I haven't really done sales.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing. The biggest, you need to be open-minded, and if you can approach it with an open mind, I think you might find yourself surprised at how fascinating money is when you understand how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is a really, really good beginning for people like us to be able to have these conversations, and for people to see it. Because like I said, again, I didn't hear these things in my neighborhood. No one talked about how money worked, business, running a business. Everybody had jobs. Everybody talked about applying for a job. I know all about that. You know what I'm
That was
saying?
the culture.
I know about going to college. I know all about going to school, going to community college. That's what people talk. No one talk about financial independence. You guys still there? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Battery's dying. But these are conversations that we need to turn that on in our community's minds, and we're doing our part.
That's right.
No, absolutely. So I mean, you were one of the first people I thought of, when I got into this, because I knew I needed to build a team to be successful, because that's one of the opportunities these brokerage firms give you. You can be a solo producer, or you can actually build a team and run your own firm. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. So Jose, you're one of the first people that came to my mind, because I know you're passionate and committed to doing everything in your power to gaining financial freedom, and obviously you're good with people. So I mean, I know if I could talk for hours with you, other people can as well. So I know you're gonna be great at helping people, because you're selfless, and any family is gonna be in great hands with you once you have your firm going. Because I know you're gonna take pride in helping others, because you already do it with your job you have now. You're already servicing others through the IT industry and in the community with the high school kids and things like that. So I think it's gonna be a win-win for you as well.
Thank you, my brother. You absolutely hit that head nail on the head, man. I'm a servant. And really, we all really servants, man. We all got to look out for each other, because we're one community. We're one community. So what you put out in the universe is exactly what's going to come back. I'm a firm believer, and I'm a witness to it. just speak positivity, give off those good vibes, that energy, and that's going to come back. I guarantee it. You know.
Absolutely.
And thank you, brother. And again, I'm so honored that you gave me this opportunity, that you thought about me. You know, when you started your business, and man, thanks for believing in me. You know, because I believe in myself too. But it's nice also when people have confidence in you and know you can do it as well, man. So I really appreciate it. I'm honored. Thank you.
No, absolutely. You're welcome, man. And this is what it's all about. And this is what we want people to see. Like, this is why me and Aaron started this. This is what this whole platform is all about. Giving people confidence, inspiration, and the tools, placing the tools in their hands to show them they can work for themselves without having money, basically, or without having to start off with a lot of money. So
That's right.
It's
right.
very relatable. So thank you for coming on. And
brother.
Aaron, take us out. You ain't got nothing else.
Thank you, brother Aaron. Nice to finally meet you, my brother.
You too. Great to meet you. Great to meet you, Jose. And everybody watching this, we would just want to thank you guys for tuning in this week. Look forward to being back next episode. And yeah, that's it. Self-nominated.
All right,
you know, bet on yourself.
Absolutely. Peace out.
Take care, guys. Peace out, fam.